There comes a time in a golfer's career when everything just doesn't seem to go well, and from all indications, Justin Thomas understands that better than anyone right now. The American pro golfer had a breakout year in 2017 that saw him win 5 PGA Tour events in one fell swoop, but this year the former #1 has battled with inconsistent form in the new season that just doesn't seem to go away. Justin Thomas won't be the first golfer to see a massive dip in form, and we know how frustrating it can be for fans and players alike. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Justin Thomas's 2023 season so far to understand why he hasn't been at his best. Before we begin, we'd love to give you the chance to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you love videos on all things golf. Anyone who's watched the sport for a while knows that even the best players battle with inconsistency. The likes of Rory McIlroy, Matthew Wolff, and the mighty Tiger Woods have come face to face with this monster. So we know it's not a death sentence, but it does destroy confidence. Justin Thomas started the tournament's Players Club at Sawgrass in the best way possible when he entered the second hole by pitching in 83 feet. One would expect JT to use the momentum from the start to ensure that he ends the event on a high note, but the reverse was the case. Just 2 holes later, he put out one of the worst shots you'll ever see from a pro golfer. He knew how bad the shot was, and he couldn't help but shake his head in disbelief. His next shot wasn't any better, and even the commentator Paul Azinger couldn't believe what he just saw. JT entered the event with the lowest scoring average among all players since 1983, with at least 15 rounds played, and after finishing in 60th place, it seems like it'll stay that way for a while. Despite making 12 consecutive cuts since last year July, JT has been battling with inconsistency for quite some time, and it might be finally getting to him. For more than 7 months, the once prolific golfer hasn't had a win, and he has managed only 3 top 10 finishes. In 2023, JT has taken part in 6 events, and he had his best performance at the Phoenix Open. The event saw the likes of Scottie Scheffler, Nick Taylor, and other high flyers compete for the $20 million purse. Scheffler took no prisoners and defended his title, which saw him returning to the #1 spot on the official World Golf Ranking. For his troubles, Scheffler took home $3.6 million from the event, leaving the rest of the other players. Justin Thomas took home an ample $980,000, but we know that it wasn't enough to shake his frustration with his 4th place finish. Before the Valspar Championship, Thomas spoke to the press, and he really had a lot to say about his current predicament. I would say frustrated is definitely one of the words I would use to describe how I'm feeling. It's a lot. It's just been an odd year. I've been working really hard and trying to get what I feel like is back to more how I'm playing. But then again, I'll have weeks where it's weird. It's like I've described it to probably my team. It's like I feel really close and I feel really far at times. So it's kind of bizarre. Looking forward, the Valspar Championship is the perfect opportunity for JT to shake off the anguish of not being in the best shape right now. The last time Thomas played for the Valspar Championship, he finished 3rd, so winning the event this year would be a great way to kickstart his season. JT had this to say about participating in the Valspar Championship. "I don't need to start over and kind of rewrite the book. It's not that far off. It's just this game of golf can do that sometimes." I think that quote kind of was going around again of what Max Homa said however many years ago. You know, this game can make you feel one swing away from wanting to go and quit, and one swing away from feeling like you're going to win the Masters. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I mean, my golf game obviously doesn't feel great. I haven't been playing really well, but I feel like I'm close. I'm just trying to stay patient and stay positive and just kind of wait for good things to happen, because I know that great things are coming. It's just a matter of time, and I just need to be in the right frame of mind for it. New golf ball, new problems. As Justin Thomas struggles to get back to his heroic form, he wasn't too happy about the United States Golf Association's plan for a new modified golf ball. The proposed model by the USGA would require elite players to use modified golf balls in future designated events. Understandably, JT has been working his ass off to make sure the rest of the year doesn't turn out to be a disappointment, and he wasn't happy about the news. JT took time away from the Valspar Championship to let the PGA know what he thought of the proposal. So for 2 of the 4 biggest events of the year, we're gonna have to use a different ball? Like, try to explain to me how that's better for the game of golf. And they're basing it off of the top 1% of all golfers. You know what I mean? I don't know how many of y'all consistently play golf in here, but I promise none of you have come in from the golf course and said, you know, I'm hitting it so far and straight today that golf's just not even fun anymore. Like, no, it's just not reality. The new rule is expected to reduce the driving distance by 14 to 15 yards. If adopted, the rule would be in effect beginning January 2026 at their respective championships. JT believes that the proposal is contrary to the evolution of the game. He mentioned how other sports, such as basketball or track and field, don't alter the rulebook as players evolve. Instead, Thomas pointed out that those sports adapt to their athletes. The USGA stated that the new proposal would require golf balls not to exceed the overall distance standard of 317 yards of combined carry distance and roll. Titleist, which sponsors Thomas and several other golfers, reported that nearly every golf ball sold today would fail under those conditions and be considered non-conforming. In response to Titleist and other manufacturers, the USGA and the R&A proposed that the test be conducted by robot swings at 127 miles per hour and with an 11-degree launch angle. The hope is to generate 2,200 RPM of backspin. According to Golf Week, no player had an average driver club head speed of 127 miles per hour. The average driver speed swing is 115.1 miles per hour this season. As Thomas points out, the new rule would only apply to a small percentage of PGA Tour golfers today. However, USGA CEO Mike Whan believes the proposal will better prepare the game for what is to come. Hitting distances at the elite level of the game have consistently increased over the past 20, 40, and 60 years. It's been 2 decades since we last revisited our testing standards for ball distances. Predictable, continued increases will become a significant issue for the next generation if not addressed soon. The model local rule we are proposing is simple to implement, forward-looking, and does so without any impact on the recreational game. The proposal for the new golf ball is expected to continue receiving feedback from stakeholders and manufacturers until August. According to the proposal, the rule would only impact elite-level competitions, and the USGA will not introduce modified balls at the recreational level for amateurs or elite women players. Even though the 2023 season just kicked off, JT will need to dig deep to get back on top of his game. With some luck, Justin Thomas should be able to get back to the form that saw him winning the PGA Championship in the year 2022. Do you guys think Justin Thomas will move past his inconsistent form in time to win a few events in 2023? Let us know in the comments below.